Yeah, man. Yes, Rasta. Greetings. Delvin. Big up on the chest, people. Welcome to another episode of Unscripted Anything Goes. Yeah, man. Straight up. I love you. I love you. Yeah, man. Straight up. Another Saturday. Another Saturday. Greetings, people. Greetings. This is your host, Delvin Sadler. Medea. Yo, Delvin Taya. All right. This is our show, Unscripted. Anything goes. You see, my heart is heavy. It's with sadness. Parson told me you're going away to jump revival in a country church on Pocomania Day. Think it over before you go. Think it over before you walk away and leave me here to jump revival in a lonely way on Pocomania Day. People, yeah, man. I think this is going to be the first time that we've done this. This is by popular demand. Yes, the topic of Obeah. Obeah again. The topic of Obeah again. Delvin don't believe in that. However, people want to talk about it. So if they want to talk about it, I listen. You know, this is Unscripted Anything Goes, and we actually we're tolerant to everyone. Yeah, man, straight up, we're tolerant to everyone. All right, let me big up everybody in the room so far. I'm Sylvester Yos. Yeah, man, that's my cousin there. Yeah, man, big up yourself, my brother. Thanks for joining Unscripted Anything Goes. Aisha Begum. Big up yourself, girl. Thanks for joining Unscripted Anything Goes. Thea. The beautiful Thea. Yeah, man. The star Thea. Yeah, man. First lady Thea. Thanks for joining. Unscripted Anything Goes. Yeah, man. We're waiting for Donna. Donna is actually gonna work with Delvin tonight on this subject matter. Yeah, man. Straight up. Unscripted Anything Goes. But I also have lecture as well. So if not, then I'll just go through the lecture that I have here. Yeah, man. Straight up. Yeah, man. People, did you watch the World Cup today? Yeah. Did anyone watch the World Cup today? Yeah. I didn't get to see the England game. However, England won 2-0. And the second game I watched though, that was Croatia playing the host Russia. Yeah, and that was a game of a test of stamina and willpower. It's a test of stamina and willpower because, you know, the strength of the Russians were there, while the Croatians physically was actually falling apart. But they willed themselves to penalty shootout, in which they were successful. So now they play England in the semifinals. So my pick again is France against Croatia in the final. That is my pick. Willpower is gonna conquer England. Yeah, even though knowledge base, my friend, he's picking England, but I am picking France against Croatia in the final. That is my pick. And then I'm picking France to win it all. Yeah, picking France to win it all. Yeah, man. France is my original pick to win it all. But I pick Croatia and France to go to the final. And, you know, my picks are doing good. My picks are doing good. Damn good too. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, people. Big up for yourself. Yeah, man, the beautiful Geraldine. Geraldine Delvin, love you, girl. Thanks for joining Unscripted Anything Goes. Paul John, my brother, thanks for joining Unscripted Anything Goes. the lovely and beautiful Vicky Grahal. Big up yourself, girl. Thanks for joining. Unscripted, anything goes. Beautiful people. Beautiful people. How's your weekend going so far? Are you enjoying the weekend? Yeah, man. Are you guys enjoying the weekend? I hope you guys are enjoying the weekend, you know. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. Ortney. Yeah, man. Orton. And now I stop listening. Let me see what I said. Now I stop listening to you. Laugh out loud. England will say, yes, you stop listening. Yeah, you stop. Yeah, yeah. You know what? To tell you the truth, my friend Knowledge Base, he had England from the beginning, right? But the thing about me is that I stick with the teams that I pick. You know, England got a good draw. They got a good draw, and they're playing well. They're playing well. But I have to stick with my pick. I'm a man of my words. You know, sentimentally, yeah. I feel, I know the English fans been waiting for a winner for a long time. You know what I mean? And I will be proud of you guys if you get it. But I have to stick with my pick. But I love you same way, Orny. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, man. Don't worry yourself. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I love you. Yeah, man. I love you, man. I love you same way. In spite of it all. I love you guys still. Yeah, man. Unscripted, anything goes. So, you know the topic of Obeah. Obeah. Obeah is actually an ancient African, what they call now, spiritualist practice. It's an ancient African spiritualist practice. Yeah, man, I love you, Geraldine. Yeah, man. It's an ancient African spiritualist practice. And what I mean by that is this. They call on, they call on spirits to actually protect or to actually defend or to actually go out and actually do work. Do work. Yeah. Yeah. It's your ancient ancestors. Yeah. Ancient ancestors that actually exist. Yeah. Delvin never see them. Delvin never sees them, and I don't believe it, but I have to tell you exactly what it is. So it's a similar to that of the it's a sister to that or brother to that of voodoo. The practice of voodoo that take place in Haiti. And also, some would say it's witchcraft. But from the point of view, yeah, man, big up yourself, my sister Jacet Grant. Thanks for joining. Unscripted, anything goes. From the point of view of the spiritualist, yeah, they see Obeah as a means to call on your ancestors to intercede for you, whether it be good or whether it be bad. A lot of people have the connotation that Obeah, it is actually an evil thing, and it can be used for evil. It can't use against Delvin, because Delvin don't believe in it. Alright? Yeah. So you have to have some level of belief in it for it to have an impact on you. It's not something that just can actually cause harm to you unless you actually psychologically believe in it. Straight up. Yeah, believe in it. Yeah. Yeah, man. Or you think that it's going to do good for you because you accept the belief that this form of spiritualist behavior does work. Yeah. Yeah, man. Obeah. So when we came from Africa's and the boat, we did not just came over with our athletic ability or the foods or the language, yeah, or the dialect. We also came with the religion and practices, such as Pocomania, spiritual work, Baptists, and along with that, the practice of the spiritualist intercession, Obeah. Yeah, we actually came with that. And that tradition has been passed on through, generations. And to this day, still practiced in Jamaica. However, in Jamaica, Obeah is actually illegal. It's not recognized on the books as there's no legitimacy to it because it's actually unlawful to practice Obeah. However, people have been pushing for a very long time to actually legalize Obeah, to decriminalize Obeah, even though they haven't been actually arresting anyone for that act. The reason why they cannot decriminalize it, or what do you call now, put it now lawful, is because now you're gonna be doing something that is perceived to cause harm to the citizens, and hence it's like you're saying it's free to practice or to do harm to people. Yeah, breaking the law. I mean, what do you want to say now? If that thing works, as some people do believe it does, and somebody summon it and it kills somebody, hypothetically speaking, then the law would support a criminal act against the citizens. Hence, that is why it's illegal, because the harm perception that it could do. Yeah, man, straight up. Yeah, man. Obeah, yeah. So in Jamaica, it's actually illegal to practice Obeah, but no one criminalizes it. No one gets arrested for breaking such law. And Obeah business is actually big business in Jamaica. People from near and people from far will seek the Obeah man. As a matter of fact, the capital for Jamaica for Obeah is actually in St. Mary. Yeah, it is highly practiced there very much. And it is said Nanny of the Maroon, the heroine, Nanny of the Maroon, she was actually a spiritualist, a Obeah woman. It is stated that during the war against invaders, the Spaniards that tried to conquer Jamaica, Nanny of the Maroon actually was able to stop bullets using her teeth. She used to catch bullets with her teeth and allow the people that were actually the revolutionary rebel leaders to actually get away from being captured because of her gift to use Obeah to actually stop bullets. So from a very long time, this has been entrenched and embedded within the Jamaican culture. The capital, as I said, is actually for Obeah is in St. Mary, but now it would seem as if it has moved to St. Thomas. St. Thomas in Jamaica, that parish. Woolipa Obeah is actually, yeah, is known for that up there, with even a man coming out and saying that people, when they Mr. Williams, Mr. Williams, the Obeah man from St. Thomas, is actually telling people that they need to actually pay up their money's owed for Obeahing, yeah, for giving guarding. Because what he's saying is that he has helped them to actually progress in their careers. And some of the high profile careers that they spoke about were actually entertainers, yeah, lawyers, doctors, judges, government official. Yeah, these high position places go to Obeah man, according to Mr. Williams' mouthpiece. Yeah, yeah, that he helped them to progress. And as a matter of fact, they have gotten success because they became successful because of his work. And because of that, monies are in arrears or outstanding. They need to now turn over outstanding arrears to him. Because if not, he is about to retire. And if they don't, what he will do is he will actually expose them. He will expose them. Yeah, man, Mr. Williams will expose them. Big up yourself, J-Tech. Thanks for joining Unscripted. Anything goes. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Ivy Lynn. Thanks for joining Unscripted. Anything goes. My brother Sabali. Thanks for joining Unscripted. Anything goes. So for hundreds of years, Jamaica have been prevented by law to practice Obeah. And this is coming from the BBC.com. A belief system with similar roots as that of voodoo out of Haiti. Yeah. Now, campaigners and practitioners believe they have a chance to overturn that law. Straight up, because they're lobbying the government to actually overturn the law of, making Obeah a legal thing to practice. Until recently, the practice of Obeah was punished by flogging or imprisonment, among other penalties. The government recently abolished such colonial punishment, prompting calls for decriminalizing of Obeah. Yeah. So you used to get floggings back in the days for practicing Obeah, or found guilty of practicing Obeah. But that practice has been outlawed in Jamaica. No more floggings. Hence, now people are saying, well, decriminalize it then. Yeah, but Jamaica is highly religious. Jamaica is one of the highest, what I say now, per capita. They have a lot of churches, and they progress. They actually state that Jamaica, in that small space per capita, that is per capita per 100,000 people, that they have the most churches per 100,000 people per capita. Yeah, that is what they brag about in Jamaica. They are known for that. And if you go into Jamaica, no matter how small the church is, every turn you see a church. I don't know how come so much violence is there when there's so many churches. You know? So you wonder if all the effect of the church don't have that impact on crime and violence. However, to this Obeah thing. So, yeah, with the Christianity dominating every aspect of life, and it is practiced everywhere from small wooden meetings all through mega churches, big churches with congregation that numbers in the thousand. Yeah, the island claimed to have the highest ratio of churches per people in the world. Yeah, per capita, they state they have the most churches. So the proposal to decriminalize what many Christians regard as black magic, voodoo, a scam, witchcraft, or even evil is highly controversial. So with Jamaica being a Christian nation, the push to actually legalize or decriminalize Obeah, which people consider to be a evil thing. Yeah, it's very controversial. Yeah. So, as we stated earlier, Nani of the Maroon was actually one of the biggest known, what they would say now, alleged Obeah person. Yeah, she led the Maroon, a team of runaway slaves, in their fight against the British in the early 18th centuries. It was claimed that she was an Obeah woman because of her skills in guerrilla warfare and military tactics. Warriors believed she could catch bullets with her bare hands and her teeth. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. She could even catch them in her buttocks. So they're saying she's using her ass to also catch bullets. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Obeah actually thrive during the slavery time. During slavery time, because remember, those were some of the first sets of slaves that came over. Obeah was a big rampant thing. Yeah, and it was passed from generation to generation. So it was a very lucrative thing. It was like, what do you call it now? It was like everywhere in Jamaica. Obeah was, yeah, it was virtual. It was just everywhere, right across Jamaica. Yeah, Obeah practice, because slavery and slave, they didn't have guns to defend themselves, so they actually tried to practice Obeah against enemies. Yeah, man. But it virtually died out in the urban centers. So in the Kingston area, in the St. Andrew area, St. Catharines, Obeah actually died out, where over half of Jamaican population now live. You know, Kingston, St. Andrew, St. Catharines, yeah, that area there, within that, most of the people in Jamaica, they live there. Yeah, as I said, state before, it has survived in rural communities. And finding an Obeah man, you know, you can go to St. Mary Hill and you find well Obeah man there. Yeah, the locals point out the property that that is surrounded by a corrugated metal fence painted in bright blue yellow. Yeah, this Obeah man that they went to find here, the BBC. It is not exactly discreet location for the man who takes part in illegal activity. So considering that this man is actually breaking the law by practicing Obeah, where he lives, yeah, in the rural area of St. Mary, yeah, his house is very recognizable. Yeah, it's very recognizable. It is painted in bright blue and yellow. Bright blue and yellow. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Very recognizable, considering that he's practicing an illegal act. But he's not hiding. He's not even hiding from nobody. Yeah. He's not hiding who he is, what he's about, what he does. No. This Obeah man, he says, I'm an Obeah man. When they actually went to visit the Obeah man in St. Mary, yeah, he states to them, the BBC, I am an Obeah man. Yeah, I'm not a science man. I see things. Yeah, he's not a science man. He see things. Yeah, yeah, says the man who is known only by the name of, his name, they call him the Judge. The Judge. The St. Mary Obeah man that they went to visit, his name, he goes by the name the Judge. Yeah, people come to him all day long for advice that he dispense from his veranda. So right throughout the day, Obeah man is actually working. Yeah, people came to this Obeah man in St. Mary, yeah, for advice. And from his veranda, he actually does his Obeah thing. Yeah, man. He's in his 60s, but he first got the gift. He first got the gift of Obeah, yeah, as a child, when he predicted the death of a neighbor. Yeah, man. So the man actually had the vision sense of a Obeah and identified that gift was given to him from a child when he predicted the death of his neighbor. What a man wicked. Yeah, I have nothing to hide, says the judge, the Obeah man, the judge from St. Mary. It is what I do, state the judge. And what my work is, that is my job. Yeah, if you are sick, the Obeah man, the judge, that's what he said. If you are sick, I can help you. Yeah, if a man put a curse on you, state the judge. The judge says, the Obeah man, the judge, state, if a man put a curse on you, I, the judge, can take it off. That's how powerful this Obeah man believe in his work. Yeah, that's what I do. I help the judge. Yeah, the Obeah man, St. Mary, the judge. He said, what I do is I help, says this Obeah man, the judge from St. Mary. He says he can with all manner of things. He can help, state the judge, the Obeah man. He can help in all manner of things, from cursing illness to removing curses. Ratarated, man. He can actually, from cursing illness, so if you have a terminal illness, he can actually curse the illness. What that means is, if someone actually place that illness on you, he can now curse the illness. Yeah, curse the illness for it to become dormant. Not only that, the judge, the Obeah man, St. Mary, states he can also remove curses. Yes, this judge, the judge, the Obeah man from St. Mary states, he can curse the illness. Cursing the illness means it goes away, no longer there. However, if you have been cursed by the illness that someone now placed on you, or any form of illness or curses, the judge, the Obeah man, states he can remove those curses as well as illnesses. What a judge. Yeah, man, straight up. That is the judge, the Obeah man. Yeah, society, good. Yeah, man, hear what? Obeah history is similar to that of voodoo in Haiti and Santa Roria in Latin America. Yeah, enslaved Africans brought spiritual practice, just as we said earlier, brought spiritual practices to the Caribbean that includes folks healing, and a belief in magic for good and also for evil. So this Obeah thing, this black magic thing, it's actually meant, it can do good, and it also can do harm. Good when it's necessary, and harm when it is required. Straight up. This, according to, the BBC, Obeah has been outlawed in Jamaica since 1960. Sorry, since 1760 it was outlawed. So in 1760 it became illegal to practice Obeah. So the judge and others like him, the Obeah man in St. Mary by the name of the judge, and others like him are technically breaking the law. Straight up. However, it has been decades since anyone has been convicted for practicing Obeah. So even though on the books it is outlawed and illegal to practice Obeah, they stop arresting people for it. Some politicians argue that it is the right to rescind punishment such as flogging with a wooden switch, or whipping with a cat or 9 tails. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that whip is. The whole law should be repealed. So basically, they want that law to actually be gone. They don't want that law anymore on the book, because technically they can actually, arrest you and flag you. But they're just not doing it. But it's on the book that they can arrest you, flag you, and if you're deemed to actually even go further with the practice of Obeah, like killing people, they can actually imprison you and put you away for a long time. So what politicians now are arguing and people are lobbying for is for the practice of Obeah to actually be rescinded. It should be actually repealed, be put off the books. We need to get rid of the Obeah Act, say Tom Tavares Finson, a senator and barrister. If people want to pay for someone to cast a spell to give them some sort of help, that is their business, according to Mr. Tavares Finson. If some people want to pay for someone to cast a spell or to give them some sort of help, That is their business. So it seems as if that Mr. Tavares Simpson himself is actually one that visit the Obeah man, straight up. But he is saying now it should be repealed. That law should be repealed. The government says it is open to discuss the issue. What I've suggested is that they should bring a motion to debate in the Senate on the abolishment of criminalization of opium. Said such debate would trigger research and discussion that would be good for society as a whole, said Justice Minister at the time, Mr. Mark Goldin. Yeah, Rasta. Yeah, man. Obeah in the city. Obeah, although a few people believe in Obeah in urban areas, city areas, yeah, the practitioners, the people that practices Obeah, have to come to Kingston to stock up on portions and products they need. So what happened is that those people that practices Obeah or in the rural areas, yeah, they, like St. Thomas or St. Mary, the Obeah man, they don't actually miraculously have these things just appear to them. They actually have to buy the portions that they need and the powders and the oils. So they actually do business in the urban areas, in the Kingston areas, the St. Thomas, the St. Andrew area, St. Catherine areas. So it's a business venture. Yeah, they work the Obeah and people provide them with the product. So I don't know how that would work. If you just go buy some oil and you use the oil to Obeah people, at what point does the Obeah enters the oil? Or at what point the Obeah enters the powder, considering the people that are making the oil and powder, they are not Obeah people. They're businessmen. You have to go to the businessmen them to buy these products. People are so damn fool to believe in Obeah, because if you have to go to purchase these things, at what point does the Obeah enter into it? Do you like pray on it, or do you like what the hell do you do to make the Obeah goes into it? Yeah, people are dumb to not figure these things out. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, at what point it goes into it, or once it touches the hand of the practitioner, the Obeah person, then the Obeah automatically goes into it. What kind of rubbish is this? Yeah, man, straight up. Big up yourself, Elton Lee, my brother. Thanks for joining Unscripted. Anything goes. I love you, Esmalin. Thanks for joining Unscripted. Anything goes, my brother Fidel. Thanks for joining Unscripted. Anything goes. I love you, my brother. East You know Delvin love you already. Thanks for joining Unscripted. Anything goes. So it's a business venture, meaning the Obeah person now is actually conducting business, yeah, with people. So it's more like a scam thing to me. Yeah, it's more like a scam thing to me, to deplete the resources from people's pocket. Jamaica Obeah legislation in 1960. In 1760, in response to major slave rebellion, the colonial government, as we state, outlawed for the first time in the Caribbean with the act to remedy the evil arising from irregular assembly of slaves, defining Obeah as the wicked act of the Negroes. Yeah, so they outlawed it in 1760. Yeah, the government had to outlaw it because the act of Obeah was seen as the wicked art of all Negroes, the art of all, that practicing of that witchcraft, that calling on spirits. I guess it was having a result of the slave masters and the slave owners that they know how to take it upon themselves now to outlaw it and to punish it, because these Negroes, they're actually using something that was actually powerful. Yeah. So the bullets and the guns that they had were actually met by spirits. Yeah. So they had to actually pass the law to actually, yeah, ban it. Yeah. Pretending to communicate. They were pretending to communicate with the devil and other evil spirits. Hence, they had to ban it. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Sharika Foster. Thanks for joining. Unscripted, anything goes. So that was 1760. In 1898, under the Obeah, law practitioners faced 12 months in jail and flogging. An Obeah practitioner is defined as any person who, to effect any fraudulent or unlawful purpose, or for gain or for the purpose of frightening anyone, uses or pretend to use any occult means or pretend to possess any supernatural or spiritual powers or acknowledge that they have that. Yeah. So they used to flog you. Yeah, you could have faced up to 12 months in prison or be flogged for actually practicing that. Yeah. That was passed into law 1898. Any person that caught, yeah, acting in contacting spirits or pretend to want to fool with spirits or to have connection to the supernatural or acknowledge that you have connections to the supernatural, you could have been flogged or faced 12 months in prison for actually doing such things. 1898. Let's go ahead to 1908. Parliament passes the medical law, which was intended to regulate medical practice, but was also used frequently in cases to define the difference between medicine and obeah. So they had to now pass the medical law to differentiate to people that medical practice, yeah, is actually different from the practice of obeah. 1808. Yeah, man. So that is the legislative branch of it. Yeah, man. Source: obeahhistory.org and the Jamaican government. One small chemist in the downtown Kingston has most of the regular goods you would expect to see for sale, but it also has some surprising items on the shelves at the back. Rows of candles, soaps and sprays called Go Away Evil. Straight up. Yeah, man. And portion that claims to either attract a new partner, yeah, or stop an existing one from leaving. So, yeah, down in the downtown area, yeah, at the back, yeah, man, you will find these things: the candles, the sprays, portions that claim to actually, yeah, man, make you get attractive partner or stop the one that you have from leaving. So down there, they're actually fooling you with these portions that they have concocted for you if you need that. Or maybe it's for the Obeah man to come and purchase it. But if you now go and request it, they're in business, they'll sell it to you. Yeah. So all they have to do is just throw something in a bottle and write the name on it, and you buy it. And because you have this psychological belief that these things work, you accept it to be truth. And you hold on to it. You rub up yourself in them nonsense there, and all them thing there. And then all of a sudden, you're out of pocket of your hard-earned money. Yeah, holding on to something intangible that actually is, superficial, that don't work. And you constantly have to now put more money into it all the time, because the results that you keep looking for, you have to keep going back and investing with the hope that it will eventually come through. But it never comes through. You will eventually die. You will eventually die without actually getting exactly what you want from it. Yeah, man. Straight up. You just need to work hard to achieve things in life and don't bad mind people. That is what Delvin said. Don't bad mind nobody. You understand? If you want something in life, you work hard for it, you save your money, and you buy that shit. Yeah. You don't need to actually go to an Obeah person to actually fix somebody for you to be successful. Garbage. 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 You don't need to rub up with no oils, no powder sprinkling, or anything of that nature to be successful. No, you don't even have to know talk bad about others or anything like that. No, you don't have to do that. You don't have to go to church or nothing like that. Nothing. All you need to do is to believe in your damn self and work for what you want in life. And you will achieve it. Yeah, you will achieve it. Even if you have to do 10 jobs. If you want something in a life, you work hard for it. And a lot of you people who are God people, who believe in God and all of these nonsense, yeah, in your Bible it states, yeah, and I quote it because I found a God book. When that's now read it and apply it to a life. It actually says, yeah, by the sweat of your brow you shall eat bread. Therefore, yeah, for if you go to somebody now to cast a spell or something on somebody, believing that by doing that it's gonna make you successful, basically it's taking money out of your pocket, when all you need to damn do is to go and work hard, and you will actually achieve what you want. So just like your God book said, yeah, you God people out there, or Obeah working followers people, yeah, by the sweat of your brow you shall eat bread. So go and go work hard, and you get what you want. Straight up. The Obeah man and woman sends them here with a shopping list. So Obeah man and woman now are sending people to the urban areas to actually go and shop in the stores there with a shop list. Yeah, we like a pharmacist to says the shopkeeper Jerome, who says he does not believe in Obeah. Yeah, yeah, we are like a pharmacist. Yeah, we're like a pharmacist, says the shopkeeper Jerome, who says he does not believe in Obeah. So the person who's running the shop is selling the product to which the Obeah man is going to buy. However, they don't believe in Obeah. What kind of nonsense is that? Yeah, they don't believe in it, but they're selling what they think the Obeah man, or no, let me correct that. They're selling product that the Obeah man uses to do his science, or he says not science, to do his Obeah, or to do their Obeah. But they don't believe in Obeah. So at what point, if they're just selling pure stuff, at what point now Obeah is going to enter in it? Is it when it reaches the Obeah man's hand? What nonsense. What rubbish. Straight up. A fool. It's con game. They're playing on your minds. Tricks on your minds. Don't believe those nonsense people. Do not believe in those nonsense. And this is unscripted. Anything goes. Yeah, they don't work. It is nonsense. Straight up. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, straight up. But over the years, the popularity of Obeah has waned. And finding Obeah man and woman to reveal what they do is very rare. Obeah man cannot reveal what he does and how he does it. Because basically, he's going to tell you that he's really conning the people. Because he does nothing. All he does is foolishness. So therefore, if you're gonna go to Obeah man for him to teach you how to work Obeah, then you're not gonna learn anything because he's not doing anything. He's playing on your psyche, or asking you questions, and based on the questions that you based on the answers you give him, he now tells you what you want to hear. Foolishness, nonsense, or give you a sense of what do you call it now? It give you a sense of closure to what you want to hear. But all you have to do is to pay money or pay that person, the Obeah person, money, and then do as they say, and nothing happens. What a foolishness. Yeah. People who use them, the Obeah people, yeah, people who use them rarely want to talk about it. So the people who go to them don't really want to talk about how the process works. Many of the pharmacists who sell the paraphernalias refuses to talk on the record and did not want to be identified. Customers will mostly ignore questions about their Obeah purchases. Yeah, but one young woman says she is after something that will tie her man. One of the customer is saying, one of the person who goes to Obeah man is saying that she's after something to tie her man to her, to stop him from running off with other women. How do you actually do that? What rubbish and garbage. If the man wants to cheat, he's going to cheat. No rub up or oil or powder nonsense or anything is going to prevent him from doing that. Imagine that she says she's after it. That means she's been seeking, but it's still stopping. So she's not going to stop until she actually gets it. Straight up. What rubbish is this? Yeah. It was something my grandmother believed in. So the reason why she believed in Obeah is because it was something that her grandmother believed in, and then probably her mother or her dad, and it now passed on to her. So it's something that always gets trapped in the family, where the family now get all entrenched in it. And just like the church, where now you are now in church, and then your parents make you go to church from a younger age, and you grow into the church. It's the same way you will now take your kids and pass it on, and the cycle continues. It's the same thing as the Obeah here, where now, once you get involved in it, it will now pass or continues in your family as you have kids and they have kids. Straight up. Yeah, man. So it was something, she says, that her grandmother believed in. It worked then, she says, and it works now. So, so she's saying that the Obeah had worked in the past for her family, and it is working for her now in her family. What rubbish. So why does she keep have to go if it works? Yeah, but repealing the legislation, which is getting rid of the legislation to decriminalize Obeah or to make it now legal, this church associates Obeah with evil. Others believe it is used to defraud vulnerable people. Yeah, and many Jamaicans believe Parliament has more important things to be getting on with, like tackling crimes, as we mentioned earlier, or improving the economy, that the Obeah is not something of priority to even think of or consider. It is a sentiment shared by Prime Minister at the time of this thing, Edward Tiaga. He is an expert in Jamaica anthropology and does not believe decriminalization would make a difference. Straight up, people don't consider it criminal. This is according to Mr. Siaga, quote unquote. I don't remember the last time someone was arrested, quote Mr. Siaga. These deep beliefs are part of the folklores of the countries, and they aren't easy to extinguish. So in the minds of the people who believe in this Obeah thing, it is entrenched in their psyche, and it is passed on to generations upon generation, and it's not something that you can actually extinguish from their minds as a farce or as something that is just a figment of your imagination. It don't work. However, it's not something that you can tell somebody don't work, because if they believe in it, just like how they believe in God or believe in that they're gonna go to heaven one day, Yeah, nothing can take it away from their mind. It's the same way, just with the Obeah, that nothing can extinguish their mind from this folklore that, yeah, it is not real. I don't think criminalizing it one way or another, or decriminalizing it or criminalizing it, make any difference to its survival. So whether or not it is going to pass down through generation to generation based upon families, and it may actually in some area just whizzle out or fizzle out or get lower and lower. But once the society that, or the people who believes in it, gravitates to it, that is where it is sustainable. Yeah. So it will be in the folklores of these people. Yeah, man, straight up. Yeah, man. The judge, this is the one from St. Mary, he agrees. Yeah, agrees. He say he will continue what he does. So he will continue to practice Obeah. Yeah, as long as he does what the, yeah, and he doesn't really care what the politician decide. If they want to decriminalize it or not, it to him is not going to stop, because it is something that people are now, people that his customer needs, and that's the service he's providing. And as long as there's customers coming to him and his pocket is being lined and filled with money, he will continue to do it because they believe it. Yeah, they believe it. There has to be believers coming to him for him to make money. So either way, whether you want to decriminalize it or continue to have it on the book as legal, he is gonna keep doing it because that's how he makes his money. Yeah, they're all idiots in politics. Yeah, claims the judge. I don't vote for any of them. State the judge. If it's God that I vote for, imagine that. Even the judge, the Obeah man, is stating that God is his prime minister. God is his public representative. That is who he vote for. And in God's name, he is practicing witchcraft. Yeah, yeah, man, he's practicing witchcraft. Big up yourself, Lisa Campbell. Thanks for joining. Unscripted, anything goes. I'll just keep doing what I do. Claim the judge. The Obeah man. Yeah, man, straight up. Yeah, man, people. Yeah, man, people. Yeah, man. So that is Obeah again. By popular demand, we brought it back again. But what we must remember is that, as we stated earlier, is that the practice of this is not only in a negative sense, but it's also in a positive sense, where it is used to uplift people. So if you're feeling down and you feel that something is waiting on you based upon your imagination, that someone cast a spell on you, I guess now all you need is proper motivation to build your self-esteem. The judge or one of those Obeah personnel will actually use motivation or give you what you deemed or believed is going to be a cure for him. Yeah, and because you believe that what they're doing is actually motivating you, in sense, it will now, you will now gravitate to that as motivation to actually make you feel better and give that thing credit as making you feel better. When it's all that matters that you yourself just decide to feel better. Yeah, you yourself decide to feel better. Straight up. Yeah, yeah, so in a negative sense now, they might actually give you like a chemical or a powder to actually sprinkle where people walk barefoot, because back those time a lot of people used to walk barefoot or put in someone's shoes, and the chemical now start eating away the person's foot or cause a fungus. And now because the person now has to now go to a doctor or something like that, or complain that their foot is hurting, then you give this Obeah person now the credit for that. But all they actually did was break the law. Yeah, written law. Yeah, man, straight up. Big up yourself, Dolores James, my sister. I love your girl. Thanks for joining Unscripted. Anything goes. Yeah, man. So we just talk about a lecture again with regards to Obeah. Obeah. Yeah, man. Straight up. Any questions about Obeah, people? Any questions? Yeah, man. There was a lady in the room the other day when we talked about it. She stated that she's a Obeah woman. She says she's an Obeah woman, but she does positive Obeah. She don't do negative Obeah. She don't do Obeah to for evil. So she won't sell spells to actually kill anybody. What she does is actually good Obeah. Yeah man, yeah man, Donna Marie. How you doing, girl? You come with me and wrap up, but it's okay. We can give it another 10-15 minutes still. Yeah man. Yeah man. Unscripted, anything goes. How you doing, Donna? Yeah man. Tell anything to add with this Obeah thing? Mm. Anything to add? Yeah man. Yeah man. Yeah man. Unscripted, anything goes. Beautiful people. Yeah, man. So, how you guys doing tonight? Did you guys enjoy the Obeah or has any questions about the Obeah? I don't know anything about Obeah, to be honest. I do not believe in it. But if you're one of those person that believes it, then power to you. You know what I mean? If it does something positive for you, then yeah, do what you do. That is your prerogative. The negative aspect of it now, I don't think that you should get involved in that. Yeah, because your mind don't need to be wrapped around negativity, but positivity. And you should not want negative stuff for your enemies or even your friends or family or anything like that. You should actually want good for your enemies, good for your family, and good for your friend, and good for yourself. So don't get caught into the negative aspect of it. But anything for positive, yeah, man, go out and do it for the betterment of yourself, your community, your neighbors, yeah, even your enemies too. Mm. Yeah, man, straight up. Yeah, man, good night yourself. Good night, Sonia Roper. Yeah. I don't believe in it. Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't believe in it too. But there's a big group of people that believe in it to this day. And yeah, if they believe in it, yeah, it's not for me to say otherwise. But as for me, I prefer to keep my money in my own pocket because I work hard for it. And I can't be working hard to take my money to give somebody who is there as seen as a motivator in my eyes, or a swindler or a con artist to take your money. No. Yeah. They now are doing what they're doing. Yeah, because yeah, people believe in them. And if they believe in them, then I hope it's something good that they're doing. Yeah, man, straight up. Yeah, your belief is in God. Yeah, man, your belief is in God. Yeah, man, straight up. Yeah, man, big up yourself, Frank, my brother. Thanks for joining Unscripted. Anything goes. Yeah, man, we're talking about Obeah. Obeah. Yeah, it's like our witchcraft, black magic, or, sorcery, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Delvin don't know nothing about it. All I know is the history of it that I just, detailed to you based upon the practice of it in Jamaica. As far as other places that they practice it, I didn't do any research on that. Yeah, yeah, right. But as we said before, the Africans that came over from Africa as slaves, they didn't just brought the language or the dialect or the food or the athleticism or that, whatever. They actually brought the religion with them too, and the spiritual aspect of it too. And one of it, because this is a spiritualist religion, the spirituality that they practice, yeah, the people actually do believe it works. Yeah, they believe that they can actually call on their ancestors, yeah, to actually intercede for them, whether it be good or whether it be bad. Yeah, I don't know nothing about it because I've never done it. Yeah, and it's none of my business. It's none of my business. Yeah, man, straight up, unscripted, anything goes. Yeah, man, any questions? Any questions about Obeah, people? Any questions? Yeah, hopefully I can answer it. Yeah, hopefully I can answer it. I never ever get involved in that, and I don't know any of my friends or family involved in that. So I don't, it was never a part of my family. But for a lot of people, this has been embedded in their family for generation after generation after generation. Yeah. And for that purpose, you know, Obeah is something that is dear to them. It is totally dear to them. And if it is dear to them, then, you know, who am I to judge? Yeah, that is their prerogative. Yeah, but as for me, it's not for me. Let's see what Donna has to say. Jamaica is not an action, but a word. Okay, let's put it this way now. Jamaica is not an action. Jamaica is not an action, but a word. Okay, I guess you want to. Okay, so I guess it's Obeah. Obeah is not an action, it's a word. Yeah, it's a word our ancestors, yeah, used to remind us to be obedient. Okay? The best Obeah is the use of analytics mind. Yeah. Yeah. People must take responsibility to behave themselves. The beauty of love makes the world go around. That is true. That is true. That is true. That is true. Yeah. Yeah, man, yeah, man. I love my God. Yep. Anthea said she loves her God. Yeah. Yep. God is love. Basically, what Donna is saying, Obeah is actually love as well. Obeah is actually love as well. Yeah. Yeah. It's actually the love of the mind that causes you to know, analyze, and be able to analyze based upon the thought process, reasoning, and actually take course of action to correct. Yeah. I hope I said that right. I hope I said that right. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, man. Yeah, man. Auntie, yeah, man. Big up yourself. Yeah, all right. Dana, you want to come on and say something to the people? Then Dana, make us see if Dana will come on. Make us see if Dana will come on. Yeah, yes. Yeah, I got it right. All right. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right, let me see if Dana would come on. Let me see if Dana would come on. You can come on. I hope, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Straight up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if somebody types something and I can basically explain it better, I try to do that. Yeah, let's see if Dana has come on. Dana wants the video. All right. Let's see Dana there. Yeah, all right. Hold on, Dana. Hold on. Let me bring you on now. Okay. All right. There you go. All right. Jesus is my Obeah man. Chris Davis. Yeah, man. Straight up. Big up yourself.
That's right.
The lovely Donna Marie. How you doing, girl?
That's
Welcome
right.
to Unscripted. Anything goes. You're good, girl.
I am very good.
Yeah, man, straight up. So talk to the people about Obeah now, the positive
Because you
side of
only
it.
have 15 minutes.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Bef-
man.
Because you only have 15 minutes, and again, me dark in the room.
Okay, you
You
come
see?
on late, man. What I'm tell you, you never come on earlier.
I fell asleep.
Oh, you fell asleep. All right then. Yeah, man. So give the people them
Hmm.
a synopsis of the goodness of it.
Right. As I said, it is a word. It is a word that people use to scare people.
Yeah.
And more, we are realizing that a lot of people has been hurt, especially in Jamaica, by words people use to them.
Right.
And these people, they put fear into people. And when I found out the spiritual aspect of what our ancestors really did to create this beautiful pathway for us,
Right.
long before religion,
Uh-huh.
really long before religion. And when I see how Nanny of the Maroons and all these people, what they did, if people want to talk about Obeah, why don't they go up into Maroon Town and have some really good education on the Maroons and how they protected our ancestors before our country was invaded?
Right.
We are not. We are not of Jamaican. We are damn freaking lucky that the ship took us to Jamaica and landed us on such a beautiful island,
Right.
which has now become so corrupted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. It has become so corrupted with war and violence and crime and all this nastiness that has been adopted on the island. And
Yeah.
it is through the work of our ancestors, and it is a word that people must understand, use it properly, and stop being so freaking negative about it. Because at the end of the day, I have seen people back in the days when I was young. I have seen people used to be sick, and I used to see people put them on the pole, and they used to carry people to places like hospital. But then there was a man that lived nearer into Old Harbor. His name was Mr. Mackenzie.
Okay.
And I remember that a lot of people used to talk about Mr. Mackenzie this, Mr. Mackenzie that. And I used to sit down and watch what people, I was a very inquisitive child, very, very inquisitive. And I used to see my father read a book called the MacDonald Almanac. Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know if you used to see your father read it, but I used to see my father read the MacDonald Almanac because my father was a farmer.
Right.
And I used to peep into the book, and I used to see a lot of things into it. And every time that my father see me reading the book, he would take it away from me. He wouldn't pluck it, but he would take the book away from me and say, Donna, this is not for you.
Right.
Right? And I remember as I got older, I looked at what horoscopes are, what intelligence are, what is it to be an intelligent person?
Right.
And I was shocked when I came upon the word. And I went to one of my lecturers, who is a lecturer from Africa, and he said to me, Donna, let me tell you something. You are being educated to educate someone else. And the moment I got it and started to do the job, I was branded a Obeah woman.
Right.
Shamefulness. I even went to one up here in London that he gives out his cards and everything to people. And I went to him and I said, look, as a little young black girl, you have got such a beautiful gift. That's not your gift. I spoke to him. I went and I saw him. I said, you've got such a beautiful gift. That's not your gift. That is something that's been given to you on a trust. It's been given to you on a trust. It's a trust upon you to do that which is beautiful, to do that which is bright, and to do that little bit of kindness to mankind to help them find their way. Yeah. And I even said to somebody, it was only last week, I said to somebody, that's the same frigging thing on do and kill Jesus.
Okay.
I had to tell them the truth. I said, that's the same thing on do. When you kill Jesus and then is using his blood for a cleansing. That is a satanic, it is a divine satanic dirty rituals that we must move it from our we must move it from our life, because to kill, I even research where was Jesus when him and Mary's son was being killed at the age of 32. Why did they not help their child to help their child out of this awful scenario of being killed? And while he was on that cross, while
Joseph
he
and
was
Mary,
on that cross, Joseph and Mary, yes.
Right. Go ahead.
Joseph. So Jesus at that time must have had parents.
Right.
Yes?
Right.
At the age of 32.
Yeah.
So at that time, he must have had parents. And I remember when I asked that question in church, I was shocked at how I was treated.
Right.
I said, if at the age of 32, this young man is going to be killed, where is his parents? Why did he not go and say something to his parents? Am I to understand that in this time and age, people are still believing that the blood drip from somebody's body can cleanse them?
Right.
Come on now.
Yeah.
That's how badly educated we are. And it is slack. It is nasty and it is dirty.
Yeah,
It is really, really bad that I am sick and I am going to go to somebody in the church and them are going to say, oh, the blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus.
The blood of
Come on
Jesus.
now.
Okay.
Come on now.
Yeah.
That's a blood cleansing ritual.
Yeah.
And I am not saying that the Bible is wrong. I don't want anybody come on now to up on your program come say, oh, Donald don't believe in the Bible. Yes, I believe in the Bible. Donald believe in God. Yes, I believe in God. Donald believe in Jesus. Yes, I believe in Jesus. But I demanded, and I was not lazy and I was not stupid. I demanded to know what happened. And I got the answers. And anybody who wants to sit there and condemn themselves by saying somebody's got the truth, is a Obeah woman or is a Obeah man, then good luck to them. And if somebody wants to sit there and do something that is negative to another person because they believe that, oh, Tom Jones down the road I walk Obeah upon me because me go do this, me go do this. I know what somebody did to me right there in Jamaica. I know what they did.
Right.
And those people, their siblings are still alive, running around and carrying on like they think people don't understand what they do. If people was Obeah woman, they would have killed them too because we know exactly what they did.
Okay.
We must look at our words as Jamaicans. We must look at our words. We must cleanse our behavior. We must cleanse our behavior. And until when we cleanse our behavior, I've got people here in London on me, telling me personally about everybody I do it, so me can do it too. Come on now. Very, very poor, slappy intelligence. Very, very poor, slappy.
So what you're saying is that you are the person that now actually make the person now accountable for their actions and clean up the dirty side of it and replace it with replenish clean thoughts.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So what you're saying is that there's actually obstacles that can actually make them be that way, or something external that can cause that?
There is something internal that can cause it. The way the person thinks, the way the person manages and handles his life. Yeah?
Right.
What is it that stops us? What is it that stops us achieving our goals as everybody else's does? What is it that stops us being the naked millionaire? Why are we reading other people's stories and not reading? Why are we reading what other people write and not writing for ourselves?
Right.
Why do we sit and ask for alms rather than make it ourselves? Why do we eat fish and not learn to catch fish? Why do we eat bread and not learn how to eat bread? That is Obeah. We need to learn to make bread so we can eat bread and share bread with our neighbors. We need to make fish nets and fish. Jesus says, I will make you fishers of men if you follow me.
Yeah, but Donna, you must admit that there are people out there who's using the word Obeah and actually using it for to do evil things against others, right?
And this is what I've just said, Delvin. There are people out there, because I have visited Jamaica and I have visited someone in St. Thomas to see what he does. And I have warned them and I said, my God. I said, you're taking people's money and putting it in a coffin? What's the use of that? I said, when you take these people money, there was a long line waiting for this man in St. Thomas. And he even went as far as to tell me, say, I have powers, Miss Donna, to stop you going back to England. I said, really? I said, really? And he said, where are you going after this? I said, I'm traveling down to, I'm leaving St. Thomas now, and I'm traveling over into Portland. I went to see another one in Portland, and I said to them, come on, guys, such a beautiful gift. Use it to build Jamaica. Use it to take the gun crimes off our island. Use it to educate our children so that them stop killing our returning residents them.
So let me ask a question then. So these people that you see and the Obeah that they're practicing, is it actually real or is it actually using to manipulate the minds of people?
It is being used to manipulate the minds of people.
But all right, so you believe that they actually know how to do it and do it in the good way?
Well, yes, because a lot of them knows, because it was about 5 years ago, there was a group of spiritual people from Scotland that went down to Jamaica to find out how is it that they can work witchcraft. And they realized that if we study geography, we can understand that in the peninsula where we are in Jamaica, it makes us a very, very, very strong-minded set of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yes? In the peninsula where we are in Jamaica, I repeat, in the peninsula where we are located in the Caribbean makes us a very, very special and very spiritual people.
Mm-hmm.
It must not be used to manipulate the mind of mankind. It must be used to free mankind for the barriers that set obstacles in their way. And it is called enlightenment.
So they're powerful people in Jamaica.
They're very powerful people there, but very negative.
So, but because of that power that they know that they have, they choose to use it to make money and to manipulate evil.
Yes, it is a trust that, Delvin, I've entrusted upon you the power to speak out, the power to speak. Are you going to go out there and speak negative to people?
No, I would never do evil, speaking never negative, no.
Thank you.
But there's
Thank you.
people out
And this
there
is exactly what God did.
Okay, so they choose to do the
This
wrong
is
thing.
This is exactly what God said to Paul on the road to Damascus. He was running away from God, and God said, I've got something to give you. I've got something to give you. Just listen to me. And he tried to run, and the light struck him on Damascus Road. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
And he had to change his name from Saul to Paul.
Right.
Yes? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So the Bible teaches us a lot of things. The Bible is a cryptic book that people must learn to understand. Nebuchadnezzar, he couldn't understand what was happening to him. He couldn't understand his dream. And he sent for Daniel, didn't he?
Yeah.
And when Daniel came to him and Daniel revealed the dream to him, what did he do to Daniel?
Throw him in the den.
Thank you.
So let me ask you.
Thank you.
I want to ask you a question now. Why is it what the Obeah man does secret?
Because he has to hide what he does from the mass. Really and truly, the Obeah man the Jamaican Obeah man that I went and see up here, and actually right about now, he knows that I'm talking about him.
Oh, he does?
But he knows that I will never disrespect. Yes, he knows. Oh. And he might probably, he don't speak to me no more. He send other people to speak to me. He send other people because he have a lot of people that follow him. Right. So when I went and see him, he turned to me and he said to me, "Woman, you study. What kind of big book that you read?" Mister, listen to me. I nearly call him name. Mister, listen to me now. I know that you cannot read right as I'm talking to you right now. I said, but I can quietly teach you to read. Lady, me know why you teach me nothing. Me know why you teach me to read nothing. Me I help the people them and me know why you come here. And me know why you come here and disturb me. Me know why you come here and disturb me. Lady, let me tell you something. You're a traitor. You're a traitor. And him argue with me And I said to him, and I sit on his wall with him and I said to him, "You're calling me a traitor?" Because I said, "Why would you call me a traitor?" He said, "Because you go give away the science and you go tell everybody about it." I said, "Really?" I said, why don't you organize a church and all these people that are following you? why don't you organize a church and have them and share this gift that you have with them? Each one help one. No, sorry, girl.
Yeah.
Lady, me no time for you today, as a matter of fact. Lady, me no time for you today, as a matter of fact. I'm money me have to go make you now. Me a whole heap important rich people are come to me. And it was true.
Yeah. Wow.
Instead to me say, although you study, you want me give you one sword? Me say, I don't want any sword. I don't want any sword whatsoever. Delvin, it is so bad that I'm going to tell you this now, what happened to my family up here in England. I have a family who had a situation where she had to marry a man that was going to be deported. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care if they're listening now, because I said to everybody, Donna back is broad. They can continue to whip me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, I knew of the marriage. So I was told to tell her she shouldn't marry the guy right now. It's not the right time for her to marry him. There is something for her to know. And they must do a little investigation. They must do some validation on themselves. They must do some reflection on themselves before they get married. I called them each and I spoke to them about the wedding. I said, look, we are not telling you not to get married. We are just telling you not to do it now. And I perfectly said to her, in no uncertain terms, there's a woman who is going to make a lot of trouble for you and for the marriage. Remember that you've got children. And remember that if social services is ever called, your children will be taken away from you. So no, please don't do the wedding now. I went as far as to say, even if you do the wedding, don't take the man into your house, because there's a lot of darkness around him and there's a lot of people that make trouble for him, and then I'm going to bring it inside of your house. And I called them and I took them near to a river and I sat with them and I showed them with tears in my eyes. I was showing them. I said, and what I said to you right now, you do not go and repeat it to anybody. Just if you're not married, I turn to the guy and say, you are working, you got little money, you can rent a little room. Don't go rent anything big expensive. I'm going to sort out on the papers, and then we're going to sort out this scenario that is around you. You can be a better person, and your marriage will be successful, and your children will be successful, and you guys will prosper infinitely. She went and she said to somebody else who was skeptics, you see what is killing us? Skepticism. Skepticism. You need to search that word, Delvin, and look at the word skepticism. It is a mar on our people, on every black community. It's a slackness that is going on around them. Anyway, she went and she said something to a skeptic, and the skeptic said to her, say, don't listen to Donna. Don't listen to Donna. We don't know where she get fairy tales them from. Lo and behold, they got married. And this woman went and told the police that the man is a child molester. And she fixed up a story and she took it to the police. And then the police took it to the school where the children are going to, and they called down social services on the children them, and then take where the picnic them. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
The children were taken away. And every single avenue I tried to help her, it goes right back. I even got a letter from her, or a text message, something from her, and she said to me, you can stay there with your hermetic and your, she used the word hermetic arts. You can stay there with your hermetic arts. And I showed the text message to my lecturer and said, look at this. They don't even know who Hermes are. because only Jesus in their eyes. I'm such a lover of Jesus. Me and the guy is such a good friend. And they can't get their children back. And the judge ordered, I went and see one of the lawyers because I was so fighting for the children to come back home because they're beautiful children and they need their mommies and daddies, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I went and I spoke to one of the lawyers and I said, look, on this term, if you work on this term, you will get the children back. And you will also get a lot of admiration from the judge. So I wrote him a letter and I gave him my letterhead and said, go at court tomorrow, read this letter to the judge. Here is the letterhead. I gave the letterhead that if the judge see it, the judge are going to understand which part this person is coming from. And the man take the letter and she said the man put it underneath his files. And the week after that, they came and they ruled that the children should not be returned to her because of her ignorance and her ability to see. They took the children away from her and she stopped talking to me. Do I care? No. Am I sorry for her? No. I am sorry for the children. Yeah.
So therefore,
a lady was traveling down to Jamaica, and she came and saw me, and I said to her, listen to me now. Please, when you go down to Jamaica, please don't go to the district that you're going, because there's a boy there that you know from America. I said, you had a situation in America with a boy? And the lady looked at me and she shook her head. She said, Donna, God bless you. You are blessed. And I turned to her and I said to her, tell me the truth. Is there a boy in Jamaica that is being deported, that has been deported, and you're going to the district? Somebody here is going to give you something to the boy, but guess what? The boy going to fling a rock stone and lick you right in the head and you're going to drop and you're never going to get up back. So please don't go to the district. Whatever the person is giving you to take to Jamaica, take it, but give it to somebody to give to him. Do not go to the district. When she went down to Jamaica, she called somebody and she said, okay, I have this package for so and so. And the package was given to the person to give to the guy. And when the guy got the package, the guy said, so when she did, she now come down here. I'm going to take a blood clot Roxanne. I'm going to lick her in her blood clot, and she never take back that blood clot train, that plane go to England. And he started to talk about the fiction that they have in America. And the person went back to the lady and the person said, no go down there, no go down there. Instead have a blood clot stone. When go and lick you in your blood clot head with it, when he catch you, because of what you do America. And the lady said, she said, really? And she called me and she said to me, Donna, me a stay such and such a place. Me can't believe I saw them people here stay. Me can't believe so. I saw them stay. You must go take a rock stone and lick me in my head. I said, and so it is. It's up to you whether or not you want to know. And that's the truth. It is the truth.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right. Good evening, Donnet. Thanks for joining Unscripted Anything Goes. Valen, thanks for joining Unscripted Anything Goes. Deidria, thanks for joining Unscripted Anything Goes. I love you guys. All right. Straight up.
You have a nice evening.
Yeah,
you can see my face now.
Yeah, man.
You can see my face now.
Because what you
Because me looking at yours.
It's not.
I'm looking if my children.
Yeah.
I'm looking if my children are in the house.
Yeah. Yeah,
my children gone. I fell asleep early, so they gone out. They gone out raving.
And I wish if you were here earlier because you brought some great shed some great light on the subject of Obeah tonight, that it can be used for positive and a lot of people use it for negative. and you're one of those that use it for positive, and you're beseeching those that use it for negative to turn away from their evil ways and to do good with it, because Jamaica actually needs them to actually turn the violence and crime around and to put positive back into people, them, right?
Absolutely.
Straight up. So Donna, talk to the people, talk to the
Take
Obeah
good
man them
care.
out there now who are looking at this show. Talk to them right now and make them know from right here that them
Delvin,
need to
how you
change.
know say Obeah man watch the show? How you know say Obeah man watch the show, Delvin?
Well, this is the World Wide Web, you know. This is the World Wide Web.
Okay.
This is the World Wide
All
Web.
right.
Yeah.
All right. This is Donna Marie Archer talking to you from England. Remember, you've got the gift. You've got it. I can know. You've got the gift. Okay? So use it. You're Sears. You are Sears. Seers. I know. You live in Portland, you live in St. Elizabeth, you live in Kingston, and you live in Mandeville. Oh, and remember, you in Portland, the gift was given to you. The gift was entrusted upon you to help people. It was entrusted upon you to help people. And you have a right to charge money. You have a right to charge money. But please, I'm speaking to you right now. Don't overcharge the people, them. Help them so that they can go out and help others. Teach them. Don't preach to them. Teach them. Teach them what is in their hand and give it to them and entrust it upon them and use a code of conduct to help people find their way. Help people to rid themselves of the barriers and the obstacles that is stopping them succeeding and being prosperous. Give them the way to happiness and let them understand how best they can help themselves to help somebody. Each one help one, and the violence and the crime will stop in Jamaica. We will be able to send back the gun to America and say, here, Mr. America, take back on a gun. Here, Mr. Pharmaceutical, take back on the drugs, and let us create a clean environment called Jamaica.
Yeah, man, straight up. That's very positive words. So, Donna, tell them that you're fully qualified in what you do and where you got your qualifications from.
I am very qualified. I work in the department in the communication in the realization civilization department at the Church of Scientology in London, and I am also encouraging everybody that is listening on the program to get the book Dianetics.
Yeah, yeah.
Dianetics, the new science for mental health. Mental health meaning your mentality.
Mm-hmm.
And you can read it, and when you read the Dianetic book, you can go back to your Bible and lots of reference, lot of biblical references in there.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people is tearing down Scientology, but if I were them, I would find the word and look. What is Scientology? Scientology means, the word sci means to study, and ontology means to know. So knowing how to know is no secret. There's no secret. And if they want to know, they would know what is the Kabbalah, what is everything, and study the symbols. Stop using the cross with the dead man hanging on it. This is the cross. This is the cross you should be using.
So Donna, you have been what do you call it? You've traveled the world and you've educated yourself on spiritualist ways and means. Where have you gone to actually get your training?
I went to Asia.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Middle Asia, and I went to Malaysia. I went to Taiwan. I'm here in England, and I am yet to. I didn't travel to India because I met the Indian masters.
Right.
And I didn't travel to Africa. I was not allowed to travel to Africa because I speak out too much.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't allowed into. I wasn't allowed. I wasn't given the permission to go to Africa. But very soon I'll be going to Congo. I will be going to the Ivory Coast, and I will be going to Ghana. Ghana is doing very well at the moment because Ghana is being cleansed.
Yeah.
And my next trip will be in Congo.
So there's people on the show who's asking you for them to read them up. I don't think you'd want to do that, no, because I'm leaving.
I would
But
never do that now. I
right,
wouldn't. I
right.
wouldn't.
So, because you don't want to make people's business public when it's a private thing.
That's
So,
right.
so they can
That's
actually,
right.
they can contact you. How can they reach you?
They can find me on Facebook. I'm a loudmouth on Facebook. They can
Well,
messenger me,
tell them
and
your,
I'll do it for them.
tell them your name.
My name Donna Marie Longtar Archer. Longtar means a phoenix. The word Longtar is a phoenix. It's a
Yeah,
phoenix, and the phoenix is a young horse. And in
yeah.
another language, in another country, it is called a Longtar. But over the English language, they call it phoenix.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And you are a spiritualist. That is what you are.
I am a spiritual conductor.
Spiritual conductor. And some people want to
And a
Obeah.
realization civilization officer.
Okay. Long topic. Long, what do you call it now? Titles. Yeah.
Yes.
Well schooled.
Very well schooled.
Well schooled. Yeah, man. Straight up. Yeah, man, people. So big up yourself, Sherish Jones. Big up yourself, Daniela Hewitt. Yeah, man. Marcia Godson. Big up yourself, girl. Melissa Godson. Big up yourself. Thanks for joining. Unscripted. Andrea Bygrave. Thanks for joining. Unscripted. Anything goes. You know,
One
that
love to everybody. And remember, release yourself from mental slavery. None but yourself can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, as none of them can stop us now.
So Bob was actually telling them.
Yes.
Yeah, man, straight up. Big up yourself, Deanne Farukason. Thanks for joining Unscripted Anything Goes. We have the lovely Dania tonight teaching us about the goodness of Obeah, the good side of it. You know, she didn't mention the negative, and she's actually beseeching those doing negative to depart from it and actually do it for good. So Dana, we need to bring you back on the show again, from 7 o'clock, so we can have a full, direct understanding of what you do, and to tell the people them what is your plans going forward to actually change Jamaica as a society, to rid it from the crime and violence, and to actually take back our society. Because I think that's your main goal, right?
It is my main goal.
Yeah, man. And you do have a plan in action.
I do have a plan in action.
Yeah, man. So we need to bring you back another time for you to actually go into details. You're very deep. Yeah, man. You're very deep. Yeah, man. So people, remember, Delvin going to work 3:14 in the morning. So I'm back here tomorrow at 7 o'clock.
God bless everyone.
I'll make arrangement with Donna to bring her back again, because a lot of you are interested in it. So people, remember, we're here tomorrow at 7 o'clock. So until tomorrow, remember to embrace conservative values. We don't have badges nor guns, so we must support the police. Bye-bye. Tell them bye-bye, Donna. Give them a kiss.
Bye-bye. One big love. Treat your friends good.
Yeah, man. Love and harmony, Yeah, man.
Love and harmony.
Yeah, man.